It's minus 40 in Saskatchewan. You could say we are cold-hearted rolling into PPW's big show this Saturday, but it will be a hot time inside Saskatoon's Cosmo Senior Center this Saturday night. And that means right now it's Thursday night, and boom, just like that, it's time to party with the Video Bros. I'm Bobby Munson of the man. Over to the side of me, I think over to the right of your screen, he is the man with the angelic voice. He is Papa Smokes. Papa Smokes, happy Thursday. How you doing, brother?
Ooh, happy Thursday to you and to all the wrestling people out there. And it is cold in Saskatchewan, colder than a banker's heart. We're here with some hot action for you tonight and this weekend at the PPW show.
You bet. And of course, we are doing your full Prairie Pro Wrestling preview show here tonight. And of course, we wanted to bring along a very special guest. I'm going to introduce him at this time. He is your number one contender to the Prairie Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. He is the crazed cowboy, Jacob Creed. Creed, thank you for doing the show. How are you doing, my man?
Oh, I'm doing great, guys. Absolutely great. Trying to stay warm. Like you said, it's pretty darn cold out here. But great to see you guys. Great to be on the show with you guys tonight.
You bet. Only a couple of nights away as Prairie Pro Wrestling coming in to say hello, wishing us all well, and see you Saturday night. Prairie Pro, thank you for stopping in. Zach stopping in. Hello to you too, sir. Thanks for dropping in. Remember, everybody in the live chat, you're welcome to ask your questions, but keep them on topic here tonight. And we're going to start things off Saturday, the 21st. That is this Saturday, PPW. The tickets are sold out on terms of the seats, all sold out. And general admission is selling like crazy. I guarantee you we are close to capacity already. So you're going to have to make sure you line up nice and early if you think you have a chance in hell of getting a ticket into this show Saturday night. But I encourage you to try. Because we want that place nice and packed. And we have got a new chatter here. I'm not even going to try to twist my tongue enough to pronounce your name. I apologize. But hello, Bobby, Papa, and Creed. Thank you for stopping in here. And we've got the Mangler here with us every Thursday night. Hello, Mangler. Thanks for dropping in. I want to start off, Creed, you are the number one contender to the PPW Heavyweight Championship. And at Seasons Beatings, just to catch everyone up, you called your shot, man. You called your shot for this coming Saturday against the champ, Michael Allen, Richard Clark, who you know you've had some problems with in the past, especially in PPW. I'm sure even outside of PPW a bit. What changes come this Saturday? What is changed about you, what you're going to do, your approach to things, and going into this with the champ?
You know what? I was not wasting my time to call my shot against Michael Allen, Richard Clark. I've seen him. I've watched him do his stuff. Like you said, we've had matches over the years. We've trained together. I know the kid. And you know what? I don't get it. I honestly believe that I should be your guys' Prairie Pro Wrestling champion. I believe I have never been given a rematch since the last time we met. And I believe if I bring some sheer violence to Michael Allen, Richard Clark, I think it will end very well in my case.
Very interesting. You are right. You haven't been given a match against him since the last time that you fought in that non-sanctioned street fight where you two did bring all the violence that night. It was a very hellacious battle back in 2019. And then, I mean, to add insult to injury, an injury got you out of the Prairie Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship picture in the first place. You were in the tournament. You made it to that second round. You were on your way, but injury held you back. This is the first time, I believe, or no, you've had one shot at the title since then when Colton Kelly had a hold of the belt there shortly. But this time around, it's different. Years have gone by. The violence is amped up. And let's talk about the other part of this, the brotherhood. You've been running around with Bucky McGraw, with the Dixie Dragon as of late. We've seen yourself and Dixie in tag team action a lot too.
Yep.
But they have got your back, and I believe they have become the X factor going into Saturday's matchup.
I don't know about X Factor, but it is definitely nice to have wrestling's smartest man, Bucky McGraw, in the corner to pick up all the little details that I seem to miss every once in a while. Last time me and Allen Richard Clark met, I never had Bucky in my corner, whispering me all the little hints and all the little smart things he's got in his back pocket. So, I mean, you know what? That right there could be the game changer.
Interesting. See, I'm going to go over to my cohort there, Papa Smokes. I know he's got a lot of questions he wants to ask to our guests here tonight.
Well, for sure. But we were just talking about the influence of Bucky McGraw and the brotherhood, too. Might you benefit from having Bucky and the Dixie Dragon at ringside with you if you face Michael Allen Richard Clark for the
You
title.
know what? I'm just going to cut you off right there, Papa Smokes, because you already sound like one of these woke people. I'm going to tell you that both of them can stay in the back straight out, because that's going to be the first excuse that comes up when I walk away as the champion. Oh, you had Bucky McGraw at ringside. Oh, you was 3 against 1. No. Those two are going to stay in the back. It's going to be 1-1 against me and Clark, and I'm going to just end it right there.
Damn, Bob Smokes, I don't know if you've ever been called woke before in your
Whoa,
life, but I kind of like when the guests are a little more against you for a change. I'm used to taking the shit all the time, so it's kind of nice to see it go your way.
Hey man, when the guest is as big and as violent as Jacob Creed is, I'm just going to take what he says at face value here. But I have no doubt that the Brotherhood will be of at least philosophical help for you in your upcoming match, because Bucky McGraw's whole philosophy and his book of Golden Enlightenment must have been an influence on you in your wrestling as well.
Definitely has. He has definitely rounded off any of the sharp corners that I had and has fine-tuned the machine to be what it is.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk more about PPW, but let's go a little bit back into your history, because there's a lot of people that are going to be viewing this on replay. A lot of people that are live in the chat that might not know Jacob Creed that well. They know what they've seen of you inside the realm of Prairie Pro Wrestling, or at least within the last few years of Prairie Pro Wrestling anyway. Let's go back a little bit further, kind of like where did your career start out back in the day? How long have you been doing this for? And some of the companies that you have worked for up to this point.
Actually, it was 2013 is when I had my first matches. I trained under HIW, High Impact Wrestling in Regina. Worked with them for a couple of years, had a great time with them over there. Decided I wanted to spend some time traveling, actually trying to be a bit of more of a wrestler. So I met Danny Duggan with CWE Wrestling at the time, and they were doing tours all over Western Canada. So I was like, hey, Danny, you mind if I jump on for a few? And that turned into like 3-4 years of really great shows all over Western Canada. Got pretty much, if you say Vancouver to Toronto, I've seen every town in between. The Northern Death Tour in 2016, way up north, that was great. Outside of that, I mean, I've been down to the States a bunch. At one point, I was 2018, 2019, I was living in Vegas and wrestling down there and training out of the Snake Pit with Jake Roberts. D'Lo Brown down there, a lot of other really great names that were stopping by and, helping the guys out and showing us how to do this, do that, and it really made a difference to my game.
Fantastic. Over to you again, Papa Smokes.
Yeah, well, just building on what you just said, I can imagine that some of those tours that you did, including the Northern Ice tours and the ones with Danny Duggan, must be very influential and very beneficial for a young wrestler, because you're getting so many reps, so many different matches, different opponents night after night, and in different towns and cities. Did you find it that way for you?
Oh, 100%. I mean, because of those tours, I've wrestled from guys from all over the world. Danny always brought a headliner with him, so it was kind of cool to be able to sit in a locker room on numerous occasions with guys he watched growing up with. At one point, I got to sit in the back seat of a Cadillac with Ron Simmons for 2 weeks. Like, how great is that? At one point, me and Brutus the Barber Briefcake sat in the truck together, just the two of us. So, I mean, like, opportunities like that would pop up, and it was great. I mean, you got to pick their brains, you got to learn what they knew, and it really, really helps all the young guys, and especially getting the reps in there, man. That's really big when you can wrestle night after night and keep it in the back of your head. Hey, this didn't go well last night. How do I fix it? And I got to fix it tonight. So it was great. I really, really enjoyed it. And then, once I got down to the Snake Pit in Vegas there, the guys grabbed a hold of me and they're like, hey, man, just got to clean this up a little bit, slow this down, speed this up, you'll be good. So things are awesome in that respect.
Fantastic. What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given from somebody in the industry that's helped you?
First one that comes to mind is Wavell Star, and he explained to me never take the business too seriously.
That's a great piece of advice. Oh, love it. Wavell's awesome too. Anybody who's not familiar with Wavell's work, go check him out. Look him up. Great dude. Back to you, Papa Smokes.
I find that so interesting. That's like old school wrestling 101. I mean, that's got to be part of at least half of your wrestling education, just riding in cars with veterans that have been around the business much longer than you, trading stories, trading jokes, advice, tips, and all that stuff. What's a funny story or an interesting story that you heard in the car on one of these long trips with the boys?
I'm not sure if I can tell any of those on TV here. You guys don't want to get
the most appropriate one anyway.
We're going to move. Next question, please. Plead the fifth.
All right.
Oh, there's some rough ones out there. I'm letting everybody know in the chat. If you have questions for our guests, make sure to get them in there. We can be sure to ask. But maybe we'll go back to you, Papa Smoke, seeing as you kind of had that one cut off from you. So let's see if you get a little bit more, something a little bit more PG-13-ish, along those lines.
Well, what about the Northern Death Tours then? What's that actually like? I mean, we've talked to a couple of wrestlers on this podcast before about their experiences. What was it like for you? It sounds absolutely crazy.
I can definitely say from the Crazed Cowboy that, yeah, it's crazy up there.
Yeah.
The shows, the trips that your guys are going on up there is nuts. I mean, you pull out onto some of the frozen lakes and you look left, you look right, and there's just nothing for miles except ice and blue sky. You get stuck out there in the snowbank or something, ain't no one coming to help you. And the fans up there were amazing. As the bad guy, of course, the cowboy is not going to work very well. But, the simplest things would just rile them right up. And they were just into absolutely everything. And I can tell you guys a funny story that I'm working a tag match up there one night. And the little 5-year-old kids would come running by. And while I was on the apron, they'd punch me in the back of the calf. I mean, those little hands don't have a whole lot of power, but those little hands get in all the right places. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So they're just about as crazy as the kids that show up to the PPW shows, is what you're saying. Only we can keep them behind a barrier.
I felt very Stan Hansen up there because there was a couple nights I was definitely using the cowbell to get back to the locker room.
Oh, it sounds awesome, man. Papa Smokes, back to you, sir.
Oh, sure. So what are some of your favorite venues and favorite cities to wrestle in, either across Canada or anywhere in your travels?
Man, shout out to Thunder Bay. That place has got the wildest fans I've ever seen. We were going out there doing a few CWE shows, and I mean, you'd roll into that venue, you're tired, it's the end of the tour, you're broken, you're bruised, and it's kind of like, all right, just a couple more shows and we're done the tour. And those fans would pack that place to the rafters and just be loud as hell over everything. It was great.
It must be cool because some of those small towns don't get much live entertainment coming through, never mind wrestling, but they probably don't get comedy or music concerts or anything either. Do you think that's part of it too?
Yes and no. I honestly think that a lot of the small towns, especially with the wrestling promotions that we've got around here, they're getting a very good quality show. And I think Saskatchewan, Alberta, Manitoba, BC, the whole Western Canada's got some really great wrestlers right now that are putting on some amazing shows for the fans.
Yeah.
Good evening, Melball, joining us in the chat. Thank you for joining us here tonight, Melball. Appreciate you. I got to ask now. Okay, now you're talking about being in Vegas there up to about 2019, which is when we opened the doors, kind of late 2019 for Prairie Pro Wrestling for the first time. And it was, I believe, that you joined us at the very first indoor show, which was Proving Ground. And it was there that your feud with Michael Allen took off. But tell me about getting that call from Prairie Pro Wrestling to come and work over on our side of things. You'd worked for HIW previously, and then seeing the growth of not necessarily Prairie Pro Wrestling, but the fan base between then and what we see now, especially at some of the big shows or going in, I can say it, into this Saturday, where I think we are on par with the ticket sales that we were with Ring of Horrors this time.
Well, I'll start off with talking about the fans there. I mean, PPW has always had great fans, and watching you guys evolve and your fans evolve from, just the basic ring setup. Do you guys have the steel ring stuff around the outside there? You guys' production is awesome. Like, it just keeps getting better and better at PPW for everything. And I gotta say, you talk to people about PPW fans, and I want to bring up like old ECW crowds, man. Like, they're into it. They are loud. They absolutely hate me, and I hate them, so it's mutual. And I mean, honestly, there are days I'm surprised that stuff isn't flying into the ring, despite what you guys say before the shows. So I do have to give a little bit of love to the PPW fans. You guys are absolutely awesome out there.
Yeah, they keep it under control, but they know how to shit talk with the best of them, which makes for a fun time. And I'm sure they're going to be quite vocal coming this Saturday. I've seen the list of who's coming, and we got some loudmouths heading our way this Saturday night, so it's going to be a blast. Bob Stokes?
I'm interested in wrestlers training all the time. When you're not actively on a tour or doing repeated shows, what do you like to do to train, from kind of weight room stuff to ring stuff, and who do you train with?
Right now I'm not training with anyone, just my own personal self. Big into stretching. Stretching is a very huge one for me. Just basic gym stuff, nothing too crazy. Kind of similar to a bodybuilder, power, strength lifting thing. So, try and keep a shape, but try and keep the strength up at the same time. So that's kind of just, the basic, nothing too over and above in there. And honestly, I've never really been much of a gym guy, so.
Well, you're pretty big and strong already. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, rolling a steer over and stuff like that, I mean, that helped.
Yeah. All right. So, question outside of pro wrestling, what are some of the things that you enjoy the most? What are a couple of the hobbies of the Crazed Cowboy?
Absolutely love my hunting and fishing. That's number one, guaranteed. And I can't wait till it warms up a little bit so we can actually get out and enjoy some warm weather, do some fishing on the lakes.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I really do love hiking. I'm going to say I got a PS5 that's really gained a lot of my attention over the last little while.
Especially on these cold days.
Exactly, right? I mean, if I can't be fishing out there, I can at least fish on the PS5.
Yeah, exactly. So, again, back to you, Papa Smokes.
Oh, sounds good. What about influences? What do you like to watch? And if you're working on some new stuff for a match or something like that, what old stuff do you watch to kind of get inspired and influenced to have a good match?
100% very heavy on the Stan Hansen, Bruiser Brody stuff. Especially Japan, down South America there. That was amazing, some of that stuff.
Oh, hell yeah.
But to be honest, I'm a very big Lucha fan.
Yeah.
I love watching the high flyers and the masks.
Are we ever going to see Lucha Creed?
Not anymore, but in my earlier days, there was definitely a couple suicide dives. So
Fair enough. Astrid joining us in the house. Astrid, thank you for joining us here on the show. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, we got, thank you, Astrid. Back to you again, Papa Smokes.
Okay, sounds good. Where would you like to work that you haven't yet, in terms of countries or cities in the world, or companies?
Well, of course, everyone's going to tell you they want to get signed to one of the major companies, right? And that's always in the back of your head. Yeah, no, maybe someday, but that would have been cool if it happened. I really don't see it in my foreseeable future, as I'm starting to age a little bit, and the wrestling is slowing me down more and more. I'm not getting any younger, right? But I can say I have really wanted to go to Mexico, and I've really wanted to go to Japan at least once to see stuff down there.
Yeah, well, you gotta get a Ribera Steakhouse jacket, right? Like, you can't.
Exactly. That'll be right up my alley.
All right. I want to ask in regards to PPW, looking at the roster that we've had, especially the more consistent side of the roster. Who on there have you fought that you enjoy getting in the ring and just pushing around? And who have you not stepped in the ring with yet that you'd like to, take a chance to break in half?
You know what? First one's coming to mind is Riley. Riley Cruz, young kid. He is bouncing around. He's coming up and doing some really cool things. And I've had a couple fun little matches with him over the last little while. So that's always been really cool. To be honest, El Assassino. I'm gonna throw it out there right now. Me and him have never stepped in the ring together.
Well,
we've never been in a tag match together. We've never been in a rumble together. We've never been in a singles match together.
Wow, this is music to my ears here. I kind of like the idea of making this happen, Papa Smokes. I think El Assassino could deserve this level of violence. I mean, I love when El Assassino gets all kinds of violence brought upon him. So
he's been around for years. He's done great. He's a POW original.
Yeah.
He's champions in numerous different companies. I think it'd be a good little mix-up one way or another, whether he's standing beside me or he's across the ring.
I love the sounds of it either. Well, I love the sounds of you going up against him more than I like the sounds of you teaming up with him. I don't like the idea of any help in the ways of El Assassino on a personal note, but that's maybe I'm just kind of bitter for the way he talks to me or the way he kicked me in the face several months ago, but that's just me. I remember, chat, get your questions in now. I'm going to go back over to Papa's folks.
Okay. What about, you talked about the fans in Thunder Bay. What about some of the other fans? Have you ever had any strange interactions or any unusual stories that you can tell about fans that maybe take it a little too far or anything like that along your travels?
Yeah, I got one. So, working in Winnipeg for a company, and the company had been, we'll just be honest, it was me and Bobby Collins on one tag team, and of course Bobby Collins is with the Confederate flag waving, right? And the other couple that were on the tag team might have been a couple colored guys. And the whole idea was they were gonna, against us, and the whole Confederate flag thing came out in like 2018 there. And so promoter was like, yeah, hey, you know what? We're gonna make a deal where if the other team wins, they can burn the Confederate flag in a garbage can in the middle of the ring. If they lose, they can be our personal assistants for the next little while.
Oh my.
Wow.
So I'm doing my entrance, and I'm coming around the one side, and I see these two little hands scoot between the guys, pull two guys apart just enough that this guy can get his head through. And he goes, Creed, I hope someone stabs you, you fucking racist.
Wow.
I barely could keep a straight face. It might have been one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
Well, talk about towing the line, but my God, and the fact that they wish that kind of level of violence upon you too.
Yeah, got in the ring, got my ass kicked, burnt the Confederate flag in the trash can. Life's good, everyone wins.
Oh, wow, that's getting real heat though. Hey, it's crazy to think in the past, like from the 30s, 40s, and 50s on, like guys used to use political stuff like that to get the real heat, and they had the fans riled right up. I mean, we've all heard of Roddy Piper had to start wearing the leather jacket as part of his gimmick because he was getting stabbed so much, and other guys have so many attacks from the fans. The Southern wrestling is full of attacks on heels by fans. That was back when the heat was really real and really hot.
Yeah. And you know what? These days when we do pull out the old school stuff and the fans do get right in on it like that, I mean, that's absolutely just great for us because, I mean, for 1 second, their whatever worry is going on in their life is just out the door, and all they're focused on is the entertainment and what's going on in that ring.
Or they can vent their frustrations that they have with the rest of the world out on somebody else for the evening. And
exactly. I mean, it's entertainment and therapy all in the same night.
Yep. to get, so there's your ticket right there. Get your tickets for this Saturday if you want to use Jacob Creed as your virtual punching bag or your verbal punching bag throughout the night. He will be there, championship on the line. It's going to be very interesting. We got Basser joining us, and it sounds like he might have a question too. Have you ever accidentally clipped a fan or close to with that cowbell during your entrance?
Good question.
Great question.
There was one show that I smashed my cowbell off the corner ring pole on my entrance, and the ring or the bell went flying right off the end of my rope, scooted across the ground, and drilled a fan right in the shin.
Ouch.
And I kind of look at the guy, and he kind of gives me the maybe I'm okay look. So I'm like, well, that's what you deserve for sitting in the front row. Come back through that town like a year later. And his buddy comes up to me and goes, hey, man, you know what, dude, you hit with the cowbell? I'm like, yeah, I guess. He goes, yeah. He said he's never come to wrestling again because you guys are fucking crazy.
Oh, that's the kind of story I like to hear. That's fun. I mean, I got to say that cowboy bell is intimidating because I've been on that side of the ring trying to film as you're coming out there. And that thing goes pretty fucking close. Like I'm telling you, I'm not quite sure how close it gets, but I could feel that thing whip right past my big fucking head when you come out there. Oh my God, man, it is scary stuff. And I tell you, if anybody's going to accidentally get clipped in PPW, I'm sure Basser's the guy. This is the guy that's been clipped by one of the chairs during the chairs match. He's also the guy that took the PPW championship to the face when Colton Kelly slipped over his own 2 feet there the one night and just cracked his nose open. So I could see it happening, but you know what? Basser won't be one of the guys that doesn't come back. He'll come back for more and more. He takes these scars as a thing of pride when it happens.
Right on.
All right. And then what we got? Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. He'd love a cowbell injury. So I can just flat out point him out on Saturday for you. I'll show you where he's standing, and then he could just go ahead and hit him. He'll love it.
You know, I kind of want the championship, so I don't want to exactly get fired before my championship match. So might have to wait a match or two. We'll see about that.
You're telling me for all the violence that El Asesino has inflicted upon fans that you would get fired for one little cowbell to the head? I mean,
I've already been fired once.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you were already. I guess Crash does have a vendetta against you.
Exactly.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess, I mean, maybe that's why he hasn't given you that championship title opportunity. You've had to earn it through the Battle Royal.
Government's always harping on you, right?
That's true. Yep. Bob Smokes.
Well,
and also a live audience. Any more questions?
Talking about the last time you got fired, is there still any residual feelings about that? Because I know it was talked about a lot around PPW circles back during your previous run with Michael Allen, Richard Clark, when you had a shouting match with Crash Crimson in front of the crowd, got kicked out of the venue, didn't come back to PPW for some months after that. Do you think your standing is still good with PPW management, or do you think they've got it in for you?
All I know, Papa Smokes, is I'm contracted back to the company. Crash Crimson signs my paycheck at the end of the day. Life is good. We'll leave it at that.
All right.
I want to turn things over to the collective. The Brotherhood is a collective for a moment here. I know we talked a little bit about them, but you guys have had your chances at the PPW Tag Team Championships with the Short King, some hellacious battles that have occurred there. But I also believe that there is a chance that Dixie Dragon and Bucky might be looking towards those tag team belts. The match did not exactly end the way that anybody wanted to see it end there at Season's Beatings. Is there a chance that your boys could be looking for an opportunity to face the champions once again?
Of course. I mean, we're the Brotherhood. We've got each other's back. I'm going to step out of the tag title division. I'm over in the singles division. Bucky can fill in right behind me, and I have no ifs, ands, or buts that Bucky's going to fill that spot just as good as I will, and Bucky and Dixie Dragon have a very good chance. And I'm not saying it was my fault for any of the matches, but maybe that little bit of a tweak might make a difference for those guys. And we might finally put an end to those little Short Kings and put some tag belts on the Brotherhood.
It's been a long run for them, just over a year now. It would have been a year in October, so now they're pushing towards a year and a half already as the tag team champions. Ultimately, if the Brotherhood, I should say when, we've got a guest here, when the Brotherhood walks away with all the PPW championship gold, it'll make history again. We're always talking about the history of PPW and the history of pro wrestling here in Saskatchewan, but you guys would be the first faction to hold all the gold in Prairie Pro Wrestling history.
Wouldn't that be a beautiful thing? Can you just picture that? Me and Dixie and Bucky McGraw all standing in the ring, all wearing our nice, pretty, shiny belts. I mean, you guys got some really nice belts up there too, though. I mean, whoever purchased those, good choice. But the lights shining down on all three of us, belts shining. I mean, that's just a thing of beauty right there.
Oh, it really would be. And again, we like making that history. We like talking about all the history that's been made in Prairie Pro Wrestling so far. Again, there has not been very many holders of the championship. In fact, the Prairie Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, there's only been 3 guys to hold that belt at all right now. And that is, of course, Sheik Akbar Shabazz, who held it twice, Colton Kelly, who had a short run with it, Michael Allen Richard Clark, and we can't deny it. The man has been on a bit of a run. He is now officially over 1 year into his title run, been through hell and back again, especially with El Asesino. I'm looking forward to this match. I'm not going to lie, man. Like the last time you guys battled it out, I was right there in the heart of it, filming you guys. It was hellacious. It was violent. It was everything that somebody loves about pro wrestling. This time around, again, the rules are different. It's not a non-sanctioned fight or anything like that. But what does it take to put Michael Allen Richard Clark down? Because we have seen this guy go all over the world. We have seen him. And outside of bringing that violence, when you got to play that game inside of the ring, what does it take to defeat someone the likes of Michael Allen?
Man, I don't know what to tell you. That kid's like a cockroach. You keep stepping on him. He just keeps getting back up and going. I mean, I thought I put him through hell when we had our last non-sanctioned match. And I watched him and El Asesino last month, or I guess October, have their barbed wire steel cage match. And I gotta say, that was a different level of violence. And Michael Allen Richard Clark overcame all of it. So I mean, Jacob Creed might have to go back to the woodshed and come out with some darker tricks to see what we got this time for him.
Fair enough. Back over to you, Papa Smokes.
Well, more of a comment than a question this time, but I'll always remember that match of Creed versus Clark in the no disqualification, because not only the level of violence was so crazy and it made the venue and the fans so crazy, but as ringside cameramen, we got such good shots during that match. Man, you guys really put on a spectacle, and it was such a pleasure to film that. And I'll always remember my first and best shot that I ever got was of Michael Allen Richard Clark raking Jacob Creed's forehead across the chain fence crowd barrier there. And what an awesome shot we got of that. Not to mention, Munson, you got your best shot ever at the end of that match with the whole bull rope hanging there. Man, did that ever look beautiful, and man, did that make a good spectacle on our YouTube video.
You bet, yeah. And I think you offended the number one contender so much with talking about his face being raked across the cage that we've lost him here momentarily. Hopefully Creed will be back in just a moment there with us, folks. But in the meantime and in between time, we will say again, if you haven't got your tickets for this Saturday's event, the event is getting close to a sold-out capacity. Seats are all sold out. General admission has been selling like hotcakes. I can guarantee you, if you don't reach out to Prairie Pro Wrestling by tonight, we will probably be closing the general admission sales by tomorrow, and your only hope will be to pay $5 more, $20 at the door this Saturday, and you better line up early. And I heard it's going to be cold Saturday, Pop Smokes. I heard that if you gotta wait that long with the hope of getting into PPW's Cold Hearted, you're probably gonna freeze yourself just a slight little bit in that lineup.
Oh yeah, it's not just gonna be your heart that's cold. You're gonna have cold nose, fingers, toes, and all that stuff. But hey, we're Canadian up here. We're tough. We live on the prairies. We deal with these winters every single year. Hell, I've seen our friend and fan Vassar sit outside in this kind of weather for an hour in his shorts before. Yeah. There's nothing that wrestling fans won't do for a good show, especially around PPW.
I believe our number one contender has made his way back into the fold
here. Sorry, apparently I'm having Wi-Fi troubles.
Okay, well, it's usually
the
Pop
feeling.
Smokes that's been having those. I thought maybe he pissed you off a little bit too much talking about getting that shot of you having your face raked across the cage.
No. But honestly, I really like that photo. That photo is awesome. And really great job on that photo, man.
It's such a great experience being able to be there and take part of these things. And like I said, we've done some of our best work working with professionals like yourself out there that help us in so many ways. And I let me break the fourth wall a little bit too, is that you're one of the few that will pull me aside and say, this is what my plan is tonight. This is what I'm looking to do in the matchup, so that I've got an idea. Okay, this is how he's thinking. This is what he's planning. So I know where I can position myself. I can talk to Papa Smokes and tell him, or if Warren's covering cameras, I talk to them like, guys, this is what Creed's thinking here tonight. Make sure you get the best shots of what he's doing, because we want that violence shown on YouTube. We want to see the beatdown happen, and we want to get the best shot of it. We want the face of your opponent as it's being, the life being sucked out of it, so to speak.
No, greatest piece of advice I ever got from D'Lo Brown right there. Go tell the cameraman, hey man, I might be coming out this side on this angle. You might want to be over in this corner.
Yeah. No, I've always appreciated that.
You guys get great shots. You get great shots. Me, I look great. You look great. Works great for everyone.
Perfect. Yeah, no, always appreciate that. Again, going back to the live chat, make sure we're getting up there in time. So get your questions in. If you have questions for the Crazy Cowboy Jacob Creed, going over to you again, Papa Smokes.
Okay, well, I'm thinking about the tag team division for a second, and if it's going to be Bucky McGraw and the Dixie Dragon going for the tag belts, what do you think they have to do to get those titles off of the Short Kings? Because the Short Kings work very, very well as a unit. They seem to know where each other are going to be all the time. They seem to be of one mind, but they're two men working in tandem. Very, very dangerous. So what can the Brotherhood do to defeat them?
They haven't been in a tag match with Bucky McGraw yet. The combination of Bucky McGraw and Dixie Dragon might just do the trick.
Yeah.
That's a very fair assessment. I gotta say it's that is one combination the Short Kings have not gone up against, and they have been unstoppable.
With wrestling smartest man outside the ring, but they haven't dealt with wrestling smartest man in the ring yet.
Perfect. All right,
I gotta think that might be the difference too, because yourself and Dixie Dragon as a tag team are very, very formidable. Both big, strong, heavy men, but that combination of Dixie Dragon, a big, strong guy, and Bucky McGraw, not so big, but very, very smart and very, very intelligent, very experienced as a wrestler too. That might be the weird little combination it takes to put the Short Kings down for a 1, 2, 3.
100%.
Basser wants to know, do you have a favorite Prairie Pro Wrestling crowd chant?
Nothing off the top of my head, but as long as you guys are yelling and screaming, that's awesome.
There we go. Basser, what's your favorite PPW crowd chant? Or anybody in the chat who's watched on YouTube or been there live and in person, what is your favorites? We want to know as well too. I gotta say, every single time it's hard to keep a straight face with the PPW Nation when they get some of those chants going, especially being a camera operator or being someone down the side. You're trying to be professional, and some of the shit that comes out of their mouths. I mean, we can sit here and have a joke about it now, have a laugh about it, but man, down at ringside when I'm trying to keep a straight face and be a professional, it is not easy with some of the shit these guys come up with.
There's definitely been a couple lines that have been thrown out mid-match where I'm biting my tongue because, they were funny.
Lots of creativity coming from the audience. Again, back over to you, Papa Smokes.
Okay, well, if you're going to face Michael Allen Richard Clark right away, what are you going to try and do different this time to put him down and take that PPW gold?
You know what? I think I'm going to just go sheer size against Michael Allen Richard Clark. Size and strength, and maybe go after that leg. If that kid can't walk, I don't know if he can kick out of a pin.
Greatest. Yeah. I love it.
You know what? I haven't seen him since the Christmas season either. Maybe he's 250 pounds now. Everyone's had seconds and thirds. Maybe he had fourths.
He might have, yeah. He might have taken a page out of my book or something like that. He's letting himself go a little bit too. Who knows? We guess we'll have to wait till Saturday to truly find out.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
He's used to being the stronger guy in the ring too, so this has got to be a different experience for him with an opponent that's bigger and stronger than him as well.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, heavy hands, man. He smacks me with those little paws. He gets a big mitt back. I mean, it makes a big difference. And I bet you I got a good 50 pounds of Michael Allen Richard Clark right now or better. So, I mean, that's a long way for him to try and throw around.
So, no, it's gonna be a fantastic show. Again, audience, looking for you to get in your last minute questions here for Jacob Creed before we get to the top of the hour. Papa Smokes, any other questions that you have as well too?
Sure. I was thinking that each time you come out to the ring, the fans have a lot to say to you. They have always got some kind of insults or some kind of quips or some kind of heckles to say to you. If you had the chance to speak back to them, and you do right now, what would you say to the PPW Nation?
PPW Nation, you're all a bunch of harassers. You're bullies, and you hurt my feelings, and I go home and cry after every show. Now, you guys can all just start lining up on the entryway and just taking a punch right in the mouth for everything you guys say. So just keep it coming.
Oh yeah,
love it. All right. Well, I'm gonna do this right now. Again, audience, if you got some questions, Papa Smokes, if you got some more, just hang tight. Creed, I want to give you the floor right now, man. This is your opportunity leading into this Saturday, the big match against the champion. Tell him what you think of him. Tell him what you're gonna do to him. Let him know what's coming his way in 2 nights.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm without a doubt going to walk in there full of confidence, pissed off and ready to fight like I do every month. I really don't see Michael Allen standing a chance, and just get ready for shock and amazement during this match and a whole new champion to be crowned. That's really all there is to it. It's going to be shock and awe and a new champion.
There we go. Basser actually stating, we love you, Creed. Bucky's unsure of, but good luck on Saturday. We could use a new champion. And this one puzzles me again, too, because we saw a little bit of this at Season's Beatings. And I want to get your opinion on this as well, too, Creed. Pop Smokes have talked, and I have talked about it. Michael Allen Richard Clark has been the favorite in Saskatoon for a long-ass time. This is a guy that people have loved every step of the way. He has been the champion, and people have loved him every step of the way, especially while he was battling El Asesino. But then he went up against Riley Cruz at Season's Beatings, and the tides turned a little bit. All of a sudden, everybody was cheering for Riley, and there was a little less love for the champ. And I see a comment like this from Basser. Do you think that kind of thing will play on the mentality of the champion going into this Saturday, knowing that maybe he doesn't have the love and accolades of the PPW Nation behind him like he once did?
Oh, definitely. I mean, whether the crowd's chanting for you or booing for you, it messes with you. You hear it all. And I mean, if they're cheering for you, it can add a little extra boost in your step. If they're booing you, it might piss you off a little bit, throw an extra hard punch and kick the baby face in the face a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, I honestly, I'll be honest. I am completely clueless why PPW loves Michael Allen Richard Clark as much as they do. I've thought on it, I've watched matches, and the best I can figure out is they love Michael Allen Richard Clark and his 10 push-ups because that's the first time anyone's been able to see 10 push-ups done by anyone since their high school.
And we have our line of the night right there, if you ask me. That was fantastic.
Clip that, Munson. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's definitely clip-worthy moment right there for sure. So, all right. Okay, last chance. We're going to give the audience one last chance. Any one last question from the audience, and back to you, Pop Smokes. Last opportunity to ask Reed a question.
Well, just thinking about what you just said, I mean, this match is going to be violent. This match is going to be intense. And if Michael Allen Clark, like I see the attitude that you're coming into this with, if Michael Allen Richard Clark thinks he's going to do 10 push-ups on your ass, I think he's sadly mistaken. And I think if he attempts it, he's going to really regret that.
Smartest thing you said all night, Papa Smokes.
There you go. Papa Smokes gets the old seal of approval here for once tonight.
Okay, good.
I feel better now on that.
All right. Well, I don't see anything else coming from the audience, so I'm going to say that we're going to wrap it up on the questions, but I'm going to give you an opportunity, Creed. Let people know where they can find you out in the social world, or where they might be able to find some of your previous matches and what you might have coming up outside of Prairie Pro Wrestling this Saturday.
Facebook, Jacob Creed. Instagram, Real Jacob Creed. YouTube, Jacob Creed Versus. You're going to get a whole bunch of matches from all over the place, from myself, from other fans that are posting. Lots of content in there. And I mean, if you guys haven't bought your tickets yet for Saturday, I mean, TikTok, get on it, guys, because it's going to be well worth it. And I mean, it's going to be -30 anyways. What's better than a hot wrestling ring and a hot dang show with some beers?
Yeah. Come get sweaty with the wrestling fans this Saturday night. It's going to be great. Papa Smokes, cost me some money. That beautiful ticker's on the screen. Tell the people where they can find you, what you get coming up.
All right, everybody. Every Thursday night, I can be found on this podcast that you're watching right now, Ring Respect Radio, hosted by OLE Podcasts and the Video Bros Network. Other than that, I can be found on Elon Musk's free speech wonderland known as X. I am at Smokes_Papa. Also on Twitch, allegedly at least, at Papa_Smokes_.
That's where you can find Bob Smokes. That's for myself, Bobby Munson, at Real Bobby Munson over on the X, Instagram, Threads, Video Bros SK. Twitch is Video Bro_Bobby Munson, and Blue Sky Bobby Munson.bsky.social, where you can find me next. I will be rolling in here 11 a.m. Eastern time this Sunday for a show called Point of View, where we talk about the week in sports, and I'll also give you an update about what happened and how happy our new champion Jacob Creed has become after Saturday night's event. So stay tuned this Sunday morning for that opportunity. And then you can find myself and Papa Smokes back here next Thursday night for more Ring Respect Radio. I'm sure Papa Smokes, we probably have an indie show or two to watch and review here by next Thursday night. So we'll talk about that after the show goes off the air. That's what we got coming up. And again, we got lots of stuff here at OLE Podcast. If you want to check us out on all the socials as well as YouTube and Twitch, we are a YouTube partner. So make sure if you take the opportunity, give us a super chat, give us a super sticker, all those wonderful things. Help the channel out. We appreciate your love and support there. And check us out, as I said, on all social media. If you're watching on replay, click the thumbs up button, click the subscribe button, leave us a comment in the comment section, turn on notifications. And there's this little thing on your phone under YouTube you can go to. It's called Hype. You get 3 hypes per week for your favorite shows. For shows like this, hype us up. Papa Smokes and I already once hit the number 56 spot in all of Canada for the YouTube hype chart. We want to go number 1, baby. Make this show number 1. Let's do it. With your help, we can. But I want to thank our special guest, Creed, for being here tonight. We look forward to seeing you this Saturday for the big championship matchup, and we will see you all in a week's time. Take care, everybody.